members of civil society. I'm looking in particular from paragraph 74, after your listing of the various police members. You start with Ms. Mary De Haas, and then at paragraph 74, overleaf from paragraph 77. You then deal with Ms. Patricia Mashale.
Correct.
Without engaging necessarily with the content of Ms. Mashale's complaint, because I see that you rely on what she published on Facebook, but basically on Facebook. I think it's Ms. De Haas who also relies on press releases. Did you have opportunity, just on that, to engage with Ms. Mashale about the contents of her Facebook postings on these issues?
Both Ms. De Haas, in fact, all three of them, Ms. De Haas, Mashale, Berger, I didn't meet any one of them. I took what I was reading. In some cases, like in the case of De Haas, she wrote to me.
Apologies, Minister. Can we confine ourselves to De Haas now? I want to split them. I want to first deal with Ms. Mashale, and thereafter we'll go to De Haas. So
yes, I picked
currently
up.
My question relates to whether you because you have quoted her postings on Facebook.
Yes.
And I want to know if you engaged with her on.
No.
Did you otherwise test the veracity of the claims she makes in those Facebook postings?
Not necessarily, except at one point when she made claims about people somewhere in Mpumalanga, there being camps and so on. When we went to investigate, indeed we found the camps. But we didn't tell her that we were going there to verify or to do whatever. I'm just saying that we did receive that allegation about existence of camps in Mpumalanga, and subsequent to that, SAPS made and other security units found that there were in fact camps there.
So it is on the basis of that, then you decided that the claims she makes in Facebook about SAPS no longer require verification, and you accept them at face value. Is that your position?
What we are using the word accept. What I did was to read.
Yes.
And having read, because I didn't speak to her, to say, well, in fact, I did speak to the National Commission about Mashale. And it did confirm that, yes, they are also, or he is also receiving a number of whatever she writes, sometimes directly to him, or he would find just allegations in one way or the other. So I got to know that what I may be receiving, he has also been receiving, and we had a description of her in the light conversation. So then that's how they are here.
Yes, and I have no difficulty in accepting that General Masemola would potentially have received the same messages. They are not directed to him. They were published by Ms. Mashale on Facebook. I have no difficulty in accepting that he would, one way or the other, have received them, whether directly or indirectly. I am not aware of General Masemola having taken drastic steps insofar as the organization of SAPS is concerned in respect, as on the basis of those Facebook allegations. But you have, because you, Minister, you cite those Facebook claims that she makes, which you don't verify, which you state you had a conversation with General Masemola about only to establish that they have come to General Masemola's attention. You do not indicate that you direct, if you can, or you could, or request General Masemola to investigate those claims. You do none of that. So the truthfulness or otherwise of those claims remain unknown. But they are sufficiently weighty for you to base a decision to disestablish the PKTT in December 2024. Is that a fair summation?
That would be a summation, but I think you are using quite lighter words than whatever is written, whether Facebook or elsewhere, would affect the image of SAPS, warranting your attention to do something about them. And therefore, you rely on what you see to say to what extent and so on. And in this particular case, I had a conversation with General Masemola and he confirmed that there is something like this. I am indicating here what has come to our environment, which came back as I wrote the letter that, at some point I came across something like this and something like that, and then I then indicated that. Not measuring my reliability or whatever extent of influence in me writing the directive.
I understand your answer to mean that the claims advanced by Ms. Mashale in large part affect the image of SAPS. Did I understand you correctly?
Yes.
Okay. And you consider that serious enough and therefore you accepted those allegations and acted in the manner you subsequently did?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at paragraph 77 of your statement, page 28, you state at the last line of that paragraph, I learned that Ms. Mashale is a former police officer. Based on the time you have spent with the police service, I hope you can help me here. I understand that the people who work within SAPS are either employed in terms of the SAPS Act, and those would be the police officers, and anyone else who is not is employed in terms of the Public Service Act. And there's a distinction between the two bodies of people that work for SAPS. Is that a correct understanding?
Correct.
Okay. Now I see here you call Ms. Mashale a former police officer. I would like to refer you to Exhibit Bundle 2 of 2. 2 of 2. An extra CJC 55.12. And 55.12 starts at page 351. And if you have located that annexure, please turn to page 364.
I have it.
Perhaps you might be familiar with that document. It is titled SAP 96. And I think when we were considering, I don't remember its general, the implementation letter, you recall, where the head of HR was talking about the necessity to complete documents and updating the PERSAL system. You recall that conversation we had? I understood that there to have been a reference to SAP 96. If you don't recall, I'll understand. But,
yeah, I
okay.
won't be sure. Yeah.
Then 364 is SAP 96, as we understand it. Every single employee within SAPS has got this document, and it must be maintained at all times at SAPS. It records every detail about the employee. And one of the most important details is, I'm going to count lines to try and direct you. Line 10, and the first part of this document. The extreme left reads Appointment Act, and against that it reads PSA 1994. Do you see that?
Yes.
And that is the Public Service Act.
Yes.
The next line reads job description, and against that it states admin clerk. Do you see that?
I see that.
And we are informed that based on those two only from her SAP 96, she cannot be classified as a police officer. How did you determine that she was one, or she was ever one?
Well, I would say that that was merely colloquial.
Apologies, I missed that. You say that was a mere?
I would say that that was the use of the word in a colloquial sense.
Oh, okay, I get you. I accept that, thank you. Now, turning...
Which one is the use of the word colloquial? That she's a police officer or that she's an admin clerk? Minister? You say the use of the word was colloquial. My question is, which use? Because you've referred to her as a police officer, and the form refers to her as an admin officer. Admin clerk.
Yes.
So there are two different descriptions of her, and you say one of them is colloquial. So I'm asking, which one is colloquial of the two?
I'm saying this word, police officer, was used in that context.
Okay, all right, I understand. Thank you.
Are you aware of, you do know that Ms. Mashale, yes you do, because you call her a former, so that implies that she's no longer with the SAPS?
Yes.
Are you aware of the circumstances under which her employment with the SAPS ceased?
Am I aware?
Yes, are you aware of the circumstances in which her...
Oh, yes, yes.
And
I'm
what
aware.
are those?
I'm aware.
Could you briefly summarize what those were to your understanding?
She was dismissed, as indicated there, from SAPS.
Okay. I would like to draw your attention to page 356 of the same file. It's still the same annexure, CJC 55.12.
Which page?
356.
356. Yes.
Page 356 is a letter dated the 11th of February 2022, signed by Brigadier District Commissioner Harip M.E. Makubo, and it is addressed to the Provincial Commissioner Free State, which, as I understand from SAP 96, that is where Ms. Mashale was based. Do you see that?
Yes.
This document informs, and others attached to it. It's not necessary to go through all of them, but I think this one at 356 sufficiently summarizes the issues. That an expeditious hearing had been convened against Ms. Mashale, to which she was invited for a hearing on the 26th of January 2022. I'm reading first paragraph. And second paragraph reads, during the expeditious hearing, the employee and her representative decided to walk out without presenting their side of the story after being given an opportunity to do so. And the third The hearing was therefore accordingly indefinitely postponed for 10 days, as provided for in Regulation 9(7). However, since then, till to date, that's the date of the letter, the employee has not reconvened or made any contact with the delegated official to indicate her intention to revive the sitting of the hearing. And for concludes, it is hereby therefore officially recorded that the employee failed to reconvene the hearing, and by operation of law, she is dismissed from the service. Do you see that?
Yes,
Were you aware of those circumstances?
yes.
Do you have any comment as to the propriety of her conduct in that regard?
Not only a comment. When I received a series of, or when I came across a series of things that she writes about the SAPS, I asked because she was writing more on crime intelligence at some point, and I asked the IGI just to do a check about her and all of that. That's how I got to know some of the things about her.
And now I wanted to find out, now that you've learned some things about her, when did you learn them?
When did I?
When did you learn those, whatever it is,
it was
about
during
her?
that period that is indicated in after we got appointed.
Okay.
Yes.
And even then, that did not create a concern for you and demanded of you to subject her allegations in Facebook of the magnitude that they are to some serious interrogation. That was still not enough for you.
I would plead with commissioners that your voice be raised a little bit.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah, I've lost use of this. I think there must be a problem of the battery or something.
No, I think we should stand down.
So I'm doing with my hearing aids.
No, No, Minister, we will stand down and we will seek to resolve the problem.
We'll come back as soon as we've been advised to.
Thank you, Chair.